Alright, when doing order of operations, which is what we're going to talk about today, you have to think about what comes first. Before you ever set foot doing a problem, you have to put these things together. You have parentheses and exponents. These things need to get done first in an order of operations problem. And then you're going to have multiplication, and division. These things come second in when you do order of operations problems. And then you have addition and subtraction. These things happen last, or third. So we basically have a list. We start off with parentheses, then we move to exponents, then we move to multiplication and division, and finally we finish with addition and subtraction. So let's look at a problem. Let's say you just have something like 5 plus 3 in parentheses, plus 2 minus 3 in parentheses, plus 4 times 5 plus 14 over 7. You have to do the stuff in the parentheses first. So you have 8 here, because 5 plus 8 is 3. We bring that down. We bring down the plus, and then we have 2 minus 3. This number is smaller than this number. Whenever the first number is smaller than the second number in a subtraction problem, it's going to be a negative answer. And then we just find the difference between 2 and 3, which is 1. So it's negative 1. And then we bring down this plus. And then we have 4 times 5. Let's just bring all this down. 4 times 5 plus 14 over 7. So in this first step, all I did was the parentheses. I just did the parentheses here and the parentheses here. I haven't done any of the multiplication or division. If we go back up here, we realize that the first thing we have to do is parentheses and exponents. This problem didn't have any exponents, so that's what we did first. The next thing we have to do is multiplication and division, and you do that in the same step. So we bring down the 8, we bring down the negative 1 and the plus, we bring all this stuff down again. Remember, it's easier just to do it on paper than to try and do it with a calculator, because you have to bring everything down all the time. So 4 times 5, when we do those two, it comes out to be 20. And then we bring down the plus, and 14 divided by 7 is 2. And now all we have left is addition. So we did the second step. We did the multiplication, we did the division. So now we just have to look at the addition and the subtraction. So we have 8 plus negative 1. So we have 8 positives and 1 negative. So these ones cancel, and we're left with 7 positives. So these two come out to be 7. And then we bring down the plus, we bring down the 20, and we bring down the 2. 20 plus 7 is 27. And we bring down the plus and the 2. And 27 plus 2 is 29. And that's our final answer. So notice that the first thing I did was parentheses here. I'll just put a P for parentheses. The next thing I did here was I did multiplication and division, and I did it in the same step. And notice what I did here. I added from left to right. Whenever you're doing the adding and subtraction or the multiplying and dividing, you always have to move from the left side of the equation to the right side of the equation. From the left side of the equation to the right side of the equation. And that is how you do order of operations.